Day number 3 of 12 days of Beardsmas. Are you ready to learn about a historical figure that rocked some facial hair, maybe revolutionized facial hair? What about a company that is killing the game? And find out who won yesterday's giveaway and then enter into today's big giveaway. I will say it's about a $100 gift card. Just gonna leave that there as we get into the company. Our company today might be a little bit of a mystery because I don't have a hat for them. Come on, guys, get some hats. I need one. But this company I have been working with even before I had a channel. I linked up with them when I was active on Reddit talking about beards. And that, of course, would be Fable Beard Co. Colin is the owner there. He goes by the Wizard. I'll throw the discount code over here. That is DanC20 for 20% off. Always. That code is forever, so make sure you use that when you guys make your purchases. I do appreciate that. And Fable is known first and foremost for their beautiful artwork and creativity. They came in and they were the first company that's like, hey, we're going to develop characters for every scent. It's going to have a storyline. It's going to have our own artist making these. It is so cool. That, of course, was my collaboration, The Teacher. They're also known for having a medium heavy viscosity. It's a thicker oil with some of that castor base. It's not the thickest in the world, but it definitely has a little bit of body to it, which is really nice for gray beards, which is really nice for winter when it's drier out. I usually like to go to a little bit of a thicker oil, and just most people really enjoy this line that they have here, and they have just been crushing it. They've had their biggest year by far. They've opened up a facility. They're just absolutely doing some special things over at Fable, blazing the way with some original ideas, which I love to see. Beard of the day, we are bringing it to U.S. history. A lot of people are like, man, you gotta include some U.S. history. I got you. Today, we are gonna feature Ambrose Burnside. This guy was an inventor of facial hair and firearms and has a really interesting past. He was most well known for coining the term sideburns. He always wanted to have facial hair, but he did not want a beard. So what he did was he trimmed away the beard and left everything else. So he kind of, you'll see in the picture there, obviously he had the sideburns that went down and kind of wrapped around, and people originally called those Burnsides back after his last name. Burnsides, and they switched it around to like, oh, sideburns. And now a term that is so commonly used. In the last month or two, I did a sideburns cleaning up video. This dude coined that term, which is really, really interesting. So let's go to the beginning. We'll kind of work through and throw in some funny points along the way. So Burnside was born in Indiana. His parents were Quakers, which was a common religion at the time. And he went to school. He went to the U.S. Military Academy, aka West Point. And West Point obviously is very prestigious, very difficult to get into. So you'd think the best of the best students. Well, Burnside wasn't really the best student and was actually on the verge of getting kicked out because he had so many offenses. My favorite one ever is he set up the cadet barbershop. And essentially what it was to mess with new cadets that were coming in. An example that I read about that was hilarious. A guy came in, he had long hair, had a long beard, and they rushed him. They're like, hey man, if you do not cut your beard, you do not cut your hair within 24 hours, you're gonna be on only water and bread diet for 2 weeks. You need to go to the cadet barbershop. And he's like, oh really? Okay, yeah, let me get there. So they would do this commonly, and they'd take him to the cadet barbershop, and they would stall and time it out perfect where they'd get through the cut halfway, and then the exercises would begin. They would send these cadets out there with half a beard, half a haircut, and they're like, we'll get you afterwards, man, we got you. And just really, it was almost like a hazing ritual. Well, it wasn't something that was highly liked by West Point themselves, so they kind of put a stop to that. But he did graduate. He graduated like middle of his class, and then went on to different assignments in the military before resigning from the military to then try and go into manufacturing for the Burnside carbine firearm or rifle. He had this idea of how he could make rifles better and was going to leave his career, and it flopped. It did not catch on. He did not have success with it, at least initially. Eventually in the Civil War, this weapon would be picked up and used pretty commonly, but he didn't make some money off to begin. So now he's at his spy. He's like, well, shoot, I resigned from the military. What do? He decides that he's going to join his buddy and work on the railroad. So he's working on the railroad, doing some good things, making some money, trying to work on like the engineering side of the railroad. And then the Civil War hits. He decides he's going to build up a volunteer regiment and then eventually work his way through the ranks. He works his way all the way to near the top, but he has a few successes, but also some very, very blatant failures. And eventually he does resign from the military role. And then he goes into a couple of different things. He becomes the first president of the NRA, the National Rifle Association. Makes sense. He's inventing firearms, of course. And then he actually goes into politics. He has several positions and becomes a senator and then ends up dying from heart disease. So he is well documented. If you guys are interested in the Civil War, you could watch documentary after documentary, read book after book about just his battles and his successes, but also his failures. He's kind of known as a guy that was a go-get-it attitude, but didn't always work out for him in the military, going all the way back to his days at West Point. But man, what a loaded guy. He invented the term sideburns with a unique facial hairstyle, invented a rifle that would later be widely used in the Civil War and was a big factor in the North winning because of this technology. Wow, that is pretty unique from a guy almost getting kicked out of West Point to working on the railroad and having just a really decorated life. So not only this one stands out for having that beard, having that facial hair, it's almost like the anti-beard, the opposite of a beard, but having that facial hair, but then dude, some really cool, interesting history with this guy today. Burnside, thank you for providing us with this content in your unique life. 12 days in a row, I will not miss. We are doing a giveaway a day. Let's announce yesterday's winner on this show, and then we will have you guys enter for today's giveaway. So what did we give away yesterday? It was a $50 gift card from Royal Beardsman. Those 2-ounce bottles, tons and tons of value in that $50. That will go a long way for you. Random comment generator, as long as you followed all the rules. And let's see who we got. Boom. Congratulations. Please get a hold of me at DanCBearded on Instagram or dan_command@yahoo.com. I just need to know your email address and we'll be good to go from there. I'm going to verify that you're the winner, that you followed all the rules, all that stuff. I really do go through with that just so you guys know. Now today, Fable Beard Co. I said, hey, what do you guys want to do? Combo. I'm looking at somewhere around the $50 range. If you guys would like, that's just what I have in mind, but we can do whatever. He was like, no. Colin said, that's not enough. He goes, we're doing 100. I'm like, dude, we don't. He goes, we're doing 100. I'm like, all right, man, not arguing with you here. We are giving away a $100 Fable gift card for you guys. You can buy whatever you want from their website with that $100 for free, as just simply to say thank you guys for all the support and what you do for this channel and for this community in particular. So, rules. Number 1, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Pretty simple. Number 2, drop a positive comment down below. Did you learn something about Burnside today or some firearms? Is there something that interests you with the battles? Did you have a good thing happen at work today? Did you have a small victory at your house with your children? I love to hear about positive things, and I really mean that. So thank you guys. Good luck on this one. This is a big one. Stay bearded and stay positive.